be live to that? Okay.
Yeah, because it's part of the game. So,
Right.
Hey everyone, it's Christy. Welcome back. We're actually starting early because I called like a time for the players, the party to talk because I didn't want to kind of do it in the middle of the game. But we were supposed to start. All right, I'm just going to get going. All right, so in terms of tactics, one of the things, Elsbeth, when the whole armor fetching thing happened, she got her martial books out about tactics, and she was trying some of her own stuff, and she's been reading, since about more things. Basically, what she wants to propose is this. Having watched us kind of fight individually for a couple weeks now together, I think we can, what I would propose, and we can talk about different ways to do this, but to kind of organize our attacks a bit more. So instead of each of us taking one enemy and spreading out all of our attacks, which it's going to take longer to hack anyone down, it's more efficient if we adopt more like a pack mentality and sort of like set on people. Now, obviously, if all four of us go after one person, we're really vulnerable to area spells, like a fireball or something else. So I was thinking about ways that we could maybe split up in order to
I just need line of sight to attack.
Yeah. Okay. Let me finish. So one thing I was thinking is if we could, in battles, maybe this time try pairing off. So if Blue and Erasmus, you guys have so many great abilities to strike within a single round that if you ganged up on one person, you might be able to finish them off, or humanoid, by the end of, within a couple swings, which would leave me behind the tank, which is good, because if Reverence and I then sort of team up, he's got his self-healing, so he doesn't really need me in that way, but I can assist him and also use him to block, because if I get attacked, I have to do concentration rolls for my spells. So having a more defensive position, I can support him with things like spiritual weapon, but also be free to do healing word or other spells on you guys if you start to get low on hit points, or you start to get close to unconsciousness. So I wanted to talk about that as a possible strategy going forward, is to just be a bit more focused and pack-like in our attacks.
I mean, sure.
My suggestion, would probably be to let Erasmus. So Blue's whole thing is that he can run around, and
yes.
So for me to be stuck with someone else makes it.
Or you can flank.
Difficult.
You can flank.
So my whole thing is being Blue can move around the whole thing without really much of an issue, and even things like, I don't do it all that often, but even things like disengaging and things like that are pretty much a bonus action for me. So I don't actually have to eat up an attack. I can just use up a key point and disengage and then run around.
You can be where you need to be.
Yeah. It takes absolutely nothing for Blue to be everywhere.
But just, I guess,
it's a little bit better. So my thought was maybe having you and Erasmus kind of still, because you both have rangey and you're both way squishier even than me.
Okay.
Just stay behind and just shoot down all the things, so, and maybe every once in a while I throw someone at you.
Two in front, two in back then.
Have the glass cannon and the tank in the front, and have the support and range character try and stay behind, if possible.
Yeah, that's also a way to set it up, sure.
How does and I can always run and hide behind Reverence, which I've done before.
Okay, what does our resident tank think about all this?
I think my role stays the same regardless of what you guys try to
do. Okay, so yeah, I just thought maybe we could try that out, see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I think it's also really gonna depend on the enemy.
Yeah, and when there's one or two enemies, that's obviously a lot easier. But when there's a bunch of them, we can think about that.
I did like how well it turned out for me to just throw people at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
that tactic worked surprisingly well.
Yes, although what I should have done, I realized on retrospect, was wait for the were people to come into our area and then cast Spirit Guardians. I cast it and then but live and learn.
No, we got them in there.
Eventually.
They were drawn in there.
Yeah. So waiting
but
for
if we're going to continue with that, I think I should probably take the invocation where I can pull people pull, either the one where I can push or the one where I can pull people with a
I
huge
forgot
cloud.
your thing can do that, huh? Your Eldritch Blast can do that.
Oh yeah. I've only ever gotten the one that pushes them.
Yeah, there is the one that pulls, so I could stand in and get people in. I might
stand and make him draw through it. Yeah.
Yes, I might take that the next time we level up.
Yeah, that's potentially 20 feet per turn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's even more.
If you have three blasts, but that's like level 11
as I level up. At some point, it's up to 40 feet per.
Well, if I do a dodge action and you send them through it, then I don't have to worry about them landing somewhere where they can attack me in the next round. I'll just duck. Okay. So the dungeon.
Are you guys okay with me being in now? Or?
Yeah. It wasn't really.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. Like, I mean.
Alrighty.
Also, we are live.
Yes.
Oh, hi. I don't know if anyone's watching, but hello if you are.
So we are set to go. So we can, I guess, a little wrap up of where we left off last time. We fought some were people. We went back to the druid place, found out, confirmed those were the people that had harassed them or attacked them, and got a read on some magical items that we had.
Oh, one.
Well, the raven and the stone.
No, the wolf wasn't magical.
Oh, okay.
Just a raven, yeah.
Just a raven.
Is there anything else?
More or less, that's it.
Yeah. So before you leave, the druidess had taken you aside, Elspeth, and had asked you if in your travels you were to come across a druid named Madragon who tended to have an unusual affinity for spores and fungal growths and that sort of natural life, to sort of indicate to her that she's welcome back at the Druids Enclave.
Okay.
So
I'll make a note.
She's just not sure. She says, I just tell it to people who come wandering through, just in the hopes that one day someone will find her out. She left in kind of an angry way. And I wanted her to know that if she was avoiding us because she thought there were hard feelings, no. We had arguments. There were some hard words spoken, but she's always welcome here.
I will pass it on to Madragon if I see her, and if I hear her name by someone else, I'll ask them to pass on the message as well.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm not sure where you are going, but if you are headed further east into Helvaker, are you aware of our country here? What is your understanding?
What is our understanding?
Roll history check.
Oh boy. An 11. That makes kind of.
You both. You kind of know the gist of it. You know that Helvaker is originally the dwarves lived in Moradia, and religious arguments sent a large population of the dwarves that used to live in the Moradian country north, and they immigrated to Helvaker. A more difficult land in some ways. It tends to be colder, even though it is in a more southerly direction. It is summer. It really isn't going to feel like summer much more. Like as you go walk up it, and the more northern you go, and the more along the coast that you go, the colder it tends to be. So it's not it's not high winter where you would have a lot of storms and difficulties of that type, but by no means is it going to be hot.
Mm.
Good thing I got my boots.
Yep.
Cozy. Okay.
Is there anything in particular we should be aware of?
East of the Vog River is, well, they're very conservative, very religious. They have a lot of expectations about people's behavior, their dress, their speech, the way they act in public. So much of the things that, for instance, many of us druids do, preferring to stay out at night in the wilds is frowned upon. Not wearing certain kinds of clothing is frowned upon. You may get a certain amount of tolerance, but I feel I should warn you, to be fair, that you may also see some trouble in some of the towns and villages around here. And you may just want to keep your head down.
Understood. Should I be concerned? Personally. I mean, as miners, I would expect I would expect dwarves, other traditionally mining people. I wouldn't expect dwarves to have certain reservations towards kobolds.
I think reservations might be the least of it.
Okay.
You may be better off keeping your hood up and you.
Understood. I've dealt with it before. I can deal with it now.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that it has to be this way, but they are a stern people.
My character is sleeping through all this. She had an all-nighter. She needs her beauty sleep.
Well, you are free to rest here as long as you need to and head out when you please. I do have some other things to attend to. I just wanted to make sure that you were, you had everything that you needed.
Thank you.
She gives a little bow and walks away.
Well, should we go wake up the sleeping princess and get going?
Well, if you let me rest for 8 hours, I'll be at full strength for spells and stuff. So
Well, now,
it's early in the morning. It was like, crack of dawn when we got to the place.
Yeah, we slept in the.
okay. I assume we slept.
Oh, okay.
But we took the long rest, and that this conversation happened like when we woke up after that.
Yeah, that was my assumption as well.
Yeah.
All right. I just remember the last thing I did was go to sleep. All right. So there was a suggestion about investigating this raven a bit.
Yes. So potentially, if we would like to find out who the owner of the ravens is, or who's telling these werewolves what to do, is that we could send a reply with the raven and then follow the raven.
Yeah.
So bring it to life and just say, hey, take this message to the last person who sent me sent a message.
Don't think we can actually, reading over the spell, I don't think we can actually do that. We need to give it a description.
Well, I
description.
It also
We need to give it a physical description of who it sends to. I don't think we can just say the last person.
There's no
what
reply
I was
button.
thinking was instead of the spell lasts for 12 hours. So if it flies off and we don't find it and it expires because it's 12 hours away.
Yeah, it's gonna turn into. Also, we need to stay here because it's gonna. In the spell, it's gonna return to the place he was sent out of.
So I was thinking that it does communicate. It does speak languages. So why don't we just ask it how many of its messages it remembers?
Does it? I don't think it does.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, me neither.
It understands your language and obeys your command. It doesn't.
I don't think it's sentient.
Okay, so it only
Yeah.
holds like one idea at a time.
It
It's
just
a
holds
raven.
whatever it was programmed to do, basically.
Yeah, it's as smart as a raven.
Well,
Ravens use tools. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, but it can't speak.
Oh.
well then, but if its memory is wiped, it wouldn't remember the last place it was either. Yes.
I don't think that happens. But the thing is, the spell description, like, it allows you to send cast animal messenger using it. And the spell description says that you have to give, you have to give a description. You have to specify a location which you must have visited and a recipient who matches a journal description, such as and then it gives. So
Yeah, but
we can't ask it to go.
We can't
to the
investigate it.
Yeah,
I
the message is lost. But I'm reading Animal Messenger, the spell, which is what you can give it, and it basically says after it reverts, the message is lost. So
it's basically sending like a vocal or a one-time like voicemail.
Yeah, we get it. Okay. All right, well, then I guess
It was
I'll
worth a chat.
Yeah, put it in my pocket. Or in the bag of holding, I guess. Maybe wrap it up in something so it doesn't bang around.
Right, we can put it in the bag. That's fine.
Okay, don't lose this.
It's in the bag.
All right.
Let's have like all of our stuff in it.
Yeah, anything we don't want to carry. So, yeah, shall we head off and where to? Should we go to Intolerance Land? Or is there somewhere else we wanted to go?
I did want to say this much you could tell. The raven can only go, the animal messenger spell allows for a raven to go only so far within a 12-hour period. So the maximum distance it could have flown, it appears to be, from reading it, is 25 miles.
Okay, well, maybe we can ask the druids if there is any place, like a town within 25 miles.
Well, that also assumes that the lycanthrope got like received the message with it, and it wasn't like they have it on them to send messages to other people.
No, I'm just thinking it was if we wanted to backtrack the lycanthrope or whatever they are, were people. Maybe there is an obvious town to start with, just within a 25-mile radius of where the camp is. So you've got the Druid Enclave. There's also the bigger city, but I can't tell if that's 25 miles. Or looks like there's a little town right on the river.
Mm-hmm. That town that's on the river would be 25 miles from the Enclave. It's a small town that you can see, but it would not be 25 miles from
the camp.
The camp, which, I mean, you could ask.
Do you guys want to follow this line of thinking, or do you want to go? What do you want to do next?
Is it really important to figure out where the lycanthrope came from?
Don't know.
They're dogs.
Racist.
Saying.
I have no real thoughts one way or the other.
Okay, so then we're on the hunt for more magical things, right? We're trying to find.
Yes.
So,
that would be Blackwater Bay, where there's supposed to be something.
Okay, so do we want to avoid the lands of intolerance and go closer to the forest? I think that's not so close to the...
I think it's gonna be land of intolerance no matter what.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess... we have our ponies.
Yes.
So we can make faster...
Yeah.
Go faster. Yeah, so let's head off.
Oh, we have mounts, like mounts. Elk.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be very pissed if you call him a pony.
So yeah, should we saddle up and head toward Blackwater Bay?
Absolutely. Sure.
Okay, let's go.
I hop on the elk.
In the back.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So,
We say our goodbyes and the druid enclave, I'm assuming, before we leave. We don't just leave without saying goodbye. That would be
Yeah.
rude.
yeah. In the interest of time, unless
Yeah,
you want to,
No.
we can assume that is you all said goodbye. There were hugs
Yeah,
and
that's
kisses.
Single
Deep,
tear
awkward,
down Blue's
yeah.
cheek.
And they offered to give you some food for the journey.
Thank you.
And some some herbs that they said would make for good tea.
Ooh.
And that's they're nice people.
Yeah.
And they sent you on your way. All right, well, same marching order as usual. I'm
Yep.
assuming you're taking
The road?
this road.
Correct.
Yes, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why don't whoever's out front can, which is usually Reverence,
Yes.
can make me a perception check.
Absolutely.
Why do we put reverence in front? I mean, besides the tanky bit, like, I think my perception is higher. Just saying.
Because the first couple of times we took a journey and no one was like, who's going to go first? And I was like, I guess I can since nobody's saying anything.
My
Yes.
perception is way higher.
Well, yeah, we can change it up from now, next time.
Well, yeah, for next time.
All right. Well, the day is a bit overcast and cooler than you've been used to, but it's not an awful day by any means, and you make reasonable time. You head to the crossroads, right there, the little mini crossroads, where you can continue along or turn north.
I think we go to the right.
Continue on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the southernmost roads.
Hmm.
Okay.
Do you want to swap the line up now? While at the crossroads?
We can do that.
Sure.
Blue, you in front.
Okay. If anybody is watching, I'm going to remind people that travel is when we do sort of random things. It's the most randomized. I roll different dice and decide what happens based on the dice I rolled before you guys set out. And this is going to be to get all the way to Blackwater Bay. I don't know if you'll end up there today or what, but it's even on horseback, it's like a good week.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So
And we are traveling like what, like a third of the width of the continent. So yeah, that makes sense.
So, all right. And, all right, so who is going first now?
Blue,
Lewis.
because he has the best eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Go
just for reference, my passive perception is 17.
Yeah.
So, it's just on its own.
You're a wise kitty.
A very wise kitty.
Okay.
Maybe he's not smart, but definitely wise.
Go ahead and, that was your perception.
Yes.
All right, so you head out for a while. You don't see much that concerns you. Towards noontime, you do see something on the road. Small and just a black dot from what you can see from up high.
Like it's a thing lying on the road?
Like a black shape.
Oh.
So, Reverence and Erasmus is right behind you. So I guess to you two, I just point at it.
Should we approach it?
Like how far away is it?
It's probably, I don't do meters, so it's probably about 50 feet from where you are
Okay.
right now.
Like how big does it look? Like is it like penny sized or like
Oh, not penny size.
manhole cover?
No, not manhole cover in between. It's sort of a, oh, geez, how do you explain it? It's like maybe the size of a ball.
Okay, like that's fine. I just needed some kind of like rough reference.
Like a soccer / football. Cantaloupe?
It's cantaloupe sized.
Okay.
That's helpful. I like it.
That's fair.
Cantaloupe's not.
We get it.
Okay.
Roughly, it's not shaped like a cantaloupe. It's kind of a black lump.
Mm.
You think we should go see what it is?
Well, it's on the road, so we're gonna have to pass it anyway.
That's true.
What is the terrain that we are in currently?
Right now you're in sort of plains. It's grassy. Not really. I mean, it looks like reasonably nice area. It's not particularly wild or forested, just, open and grassy areas.
I'd say we just give it a wide berth. Go off the road for a bit.
You want to find out what it is?
Yeah, I kind of want to find out what it is.
All right, I'll hang back in case you guys get exploded.
I jump off the elk and start walking towards it.
I want to like Simba my way up to it, like down on all fours, like.
You know what? They've got this.
All right. Well, you approach it. And...
the two idiots of the group.
I'm very wise. I'm not very smart.
Slightly smarter than average. So
Curiosity and all that.
Yeah, this is a curiosity bit. That's really it.
In the middle of the road, you see, as you approach it, a raven. It is dead. And there is an arrow, a blue fletched arrow directly in its eye.
Like the like feathers on the arrow are blue?
Yes.
Can I take a look around and see if I can see anyone like no, first of all, can I look at it, like, can I estimate how long it's been dead? Like, does it look like it's just been shot?
Roll either medicine or nature.
8, probably not.
I mean, it's
dead.
It is dead, and it's not. Nothing has come along to apparently eat it yet.
And it's not like rotting.
I mean, you didn't. You're like, I don't understand about. I mean, it doesn't look good. So you're like, no, smelly.
Well, okay.
That's what you get for an 8.
So
it's dead and it smells bad.
Can I look around and see if I can see anyone? Like, is there anyone shooting? Like anyone who could have shot or anywhere from where it would make sense to shoot the arrow?
Roll a perception check.
Nope. Is there a boat?
It definitely wasn't shot from a boat.
Rule that out.
Wow.
So I edge my horse forward now that I see that they're not, needing a healing. Nothing's exploding or no traps have gone off. And I just note,
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe someone doesn't want ravens with messages to get through.
It's true.
Well, no, it would have turned into the figurine if it
Well,
was.
maybe that's what they were looking
Oh,
for.
but if they're looking for a raven and they shoot every
Oh.
raven that comes by.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are wise.
All that book learning comes in handy sometimes. All right. Well, do you want to take the arrow? Maybe we can.
Yeah, I pull out the arrow and examine the blue. Does they look like they're originally from like a blue bird, or have they been colored blue?
Roll investigation.
Maybe you won't be
I'm gonna
negative
try
on
to help
that.
you.
Nope. Yes, I'm here.
Actually, now that you look at it, it might be green. I don't know. It occurs to
becomes
you you might be
situationally colorblind.
Sun.
colorblind, that's weird.
Hmm.
All Should we keep going then?
I put that arrow in the bag of holding.
I still go with my. I wonder. God, I don't want to. I guess I don't necessarily want to risk the life of our bird statue. But
Well, no, you can't kill it if it goes to 0 hit points. It just turns into.
it just turns into a statue, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
We
Glenn,
do
if we
lose
really
it.
want to find out if this is like somebody actually hunting down our thing or not, is
Well, maybe keep an eye out for more ravens.
Well, they might also just have shot it.
Or-
because they're
Maybe some dick just shot a raven.
Yeah.
Look, we'll just keep an eye out. We'll know what to look for now. We'll all do perception checks as we go to see if any of us spot any more ravens.
or people with arrows.
Or people with blue arrows. Or
Yes.
anything else with a blue arrow in it.
Maybe it's just some maniac running around shooting at animals with blue arrows.
All right. Saddle
Okay.
up. Onwards.
Yeah.
So you continue on your way.
Keeping an eye out for arrows.
Yeah. You
Or
want us
dead
to roll.
birds.
Arrows.
You want us to roll perception checks or something for a period of
If
time.
you're keeping your eye out for something, yes, then go ahead and roll a perception check.
Dead bird check.
Yep. Well, arrows and
I can't really see, so since I have my friends in front of me, so
There we go.
There aren't a lot of ravens around. There aren't any more dead ravens that you see or anything with blue arrows in it. You do kind of notice, sort of thinking about it, there's quite a few places where an archer could hide and watch the roads or watch the area. Why a hunter would want to hide and shoot at ravens, who aren't likely to be looking for people who just stand there, you're not sure, but it at least occurs to you that if you wanted to do that, you certainly could in many of these places. There's just places where there are like small hills or where the grasses are particularly tall or that sort of thing.
okay. So, stay on alert. Okay. Right on. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
Sweet.
You are now far enough away from the corruption that you're not concerned about your horses. Just to clarify that.
okay.
Cool.
So, eventually, you start to pass a few random farmhouses here and there. You see some workers in some fields. Let's see. Since your perception was high enough, you notice that there's a lot of drab colors that the farmers wear. Blue. You just happen to notice that everybody wears like tan or brown, and
Oh God, we've gone to the 70s.
well, there's no bell bottoms.
Oh,
You notice that all the women have their heads covered in wimples or things of that nature, and that's about all.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride with my hood up. Just
There's the horses.
Oh God.
Horsey. Hey.
you're just banging two coconuts together.
Yeah. You might. The biggest, as you can see on your map, the biggest sort of place near to you is Nrimder, up by Loch Shmui. Shmui. I had a lot of. That's about what you think it says. But you probably won't be able to get there by nightfall.
All right. So I guess we're gonna have to camp.
Sure.
Right?
Okay, as we set up camp, I'm gonna turn to Elspeth and ask her. Elspeth, how much do you know about arcane foci? You are the bookworm of the group.
Arcane. What?
Foci.
I guess I'll roll. Arcana? Is that? Or
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, it wasn't my major.
Oh. Okay, that's fine. No, I was thinking. Currently, my focus is this very lovely pipe. But now I have a better pipe. So I wonder if I could turn the better pipe into the focus.
You could make an Arcana check if you wanted.
Nope, I'm rolling terribly tonight.
You really are.
Well, at least we're not in a fight yet. Get these out of the way now. I guess we'll have to see if we can consult somebody wiser in these matters in a town or something. So, yeah. Okay, so I guess we're gonna set up watch because this is a pretty. Well, I'll check the area. I don't think there's any mushrooms really in the plains, but
Plain mushrooms?
maybe.
I don't really taste of anything.
Yeah. So we're gonna overnight it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, in the time, so I can cast Tiny Hut, and then we'll set up a watch. And
Yeah.
what I'll do as well as, in case we have a fight during the middle of the night, I'm going to cast Aid on everybody in the party, which allows. I'm going to cast it at level 3. And that means everyone gets an extra 15 hit points on top of your max hit points.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
And then when I go to sleep, I can have it all my spells back in the morning. But if we need to get up and fight in the middle of the night, well, now we're set.
Okay, how close to the road are you camping?
Good question. Do we want to meet people or do we not want to meet people?
Well,
Well,
I feel
consider-
like
well,
We can be
Considering-
invisible.
Considering we were told that they generally don't go out and wander at night, I don't think we're gonna end up meeting anyone unless they're
That's
shady
true.
types.
Or,
So
or
maybe-
party types, which we want to meet those people.
Yeah, but maybe off the road.
Okay, yeah, we'll set up off the road.
Okay. All right. So you head off. You do whatever it is that you do to get ready.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna burn a page just because.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna scout for mushrooms. Do you want me to roll for that, or I don't know?
yeah, go ahead and roll. You can roll investigation or nature. You don't see any mushrooms around here, but yeah, you're not really expecting to.
Yeah.
So it's not weird to you that you don't see them.
Just no weird growth as a result, not of the corruption making. Okay, so cool.
I would say you do see they're not fungal growths, they're not mushroom growths, but some of the plants around here look a little weird.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I'll make side notes in my journal with the location and stuff as well. So sort of really cover my cover story is really well documented.
Yes, cover story. I think it stopped being a cover story a while ago.
Well, it did work. It did work to get us on side. The whole pulling out the notebook. So, yeah. Okay. Should we do the normal? How do we want to do? No, okay. First watch does not go to Erasmus. Who wants to do first watch?
Wow. I'll do first watch.
Maybe no watches to Erasmus.
Wow.
You're gonna have
Gotta
to.
roll a higher thing sometime. All right.
Perfectly average.
Get your bad rolls out of the way now, and then
Your Lehman's tiny hut is at least somewhat. You can kind of camouflage yourself. Are you within sight of the road?
Maybe keep an eye on it, but not be noticeable. I'd imagine.
Like maybe far enough away that like we can see if someone is on it.
Yeah, but not see
100
exactly
feet
who.
away and make
Yeah,
it
something
green.
like that.
Like movement, but not facial features, kind of.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can also make the hut the same color as the grass around us.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. So make it green.
No, it's gonna be bright pink.
Well, as long as it's not a full moon, it should be fine.
Mhm. All right, so you're somewhat you're camouflaging the hut and about 100 feet away from the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
If someone was looking for us, they might be able to find us.
And what's your dark vision reverence?
60 feet.
All right. At some point, you do see someone traversing the road. You can't make out if it's one or two people. You can't really make out much, except that there's sort of a light in the distance that is traveling in such a way that it's clearly someone carrying a lantern of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do they see us or?
You can't really tell from there. They don't stop.
Yeah. Well, as long as they don't stop.
Okay.
Why are you being difficult?
And that is all that happens in your otherwise unexciting watch.
Okay, whoever takes next, I'll let them know, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right. I'll take the next one.
Roll a
Go
20.
ahead.
Go ahead and roll a natural 20. Just no?
Holy shit.
The boat just goes by.
You're thinking about your
Yeah.
pipe all night.
Basically, yeah, you did. You are you rolling a roll 20 because you're sure it's not like a D8 or something?
It's a D20.
Anyway, yeah, you don't see anything. You're kind of just
I'm a deep forward consider trying to figure out and remember something about how I might transfer the arcane foci property.
if you want to.
I mean, I already rolled for it, so presumably I
Well, you rolled just to figure out if you could do it yourself. I'm thinking, is there a way for warlocks to consult their?
Or maybe we could ask the necklace.
Oh,
I don't think the medallion is gonna know that.
Well, they might know something about rituals.
Oh, true.
They
Well,
do.
there's no way for me to directly, like, there isn't like a mechanical way for me to contact the patron. Like in the past, I've just contacted it via like effectively prayer by burning a page.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah, I'll burn another page and
This is what you do on your watch.
yes.
Yeah, this is why you don't see it.
What do you want me to roll?
Roll religion. Hey, look at
Finally,
you. You could do it. You get the sense, as it sort of, as the flame takes the paper that you are burning and just fizzles and shivers. You get the definite, you ask it your question and you get the sense, yeah, it is your focus. It's for you. So if you're feeling something new, you can do that.
All right.
It will probably take some attuning and meditating, but you can do it.
Kind of expected that. Okay, I'll wake up the next person.
And then you get it's not a voice, but you get an image in your head like, burn something cool.
Yep. I'll see about that. That is on the list.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next person.
Blue.
Mm-hmm. Roll perception.
There it is. Yeah.
And what's your? Do you also have 60 feet dark vision?
I'm not sure if it's 60 feet. I actually don't know how long.
Everyone has. That's the standard that comes.
Okay. So, yeah, usually if you had like better dark vision than that, you would probably know it. But
yeah, no.
It'll say something about that. So I'm gonna go.
It would be superior dark vision.
Right. So, similar to
Not watching screen.
sorry.
That's fine.
They're having a bit of an argument there. Similar to what happened with Reverence, at a certain point, you see what looks like a lantern bobbing by. Erasmus, did you tell him anything about the lantern?
I didn't see a lantern.
All right, so you wouldn't have passed that message along. So to you, this is a whole. To Blue, this is a whole new event.
Unless Reverence told me about the lantern.
Well, Reverence did tell you, but you didn't see anything. So.
Okay, well, I guess if Reverence told me about it, I might have mentioned it to
Roll intelligence then, to see if you thought to do it.
Yes, I yeah, the roll.
What a time for a natural 20. Yeah. You give Blue a word for word rendering of
In his accent.
word to you.
In his voice, like perfectly.
You remember every
Said that for in one swear word, just to
There were lanterns on the road. I'm going to bed.
Is your disguise self a cantrip?
Mine?
Yes.
It's a at will spell.
Oh. Because you could also just turn into reverence.
No, I can't.
Or as
I
reverence.
can only make myself look a foot taller.
Oh, yeah.
Look like a little mini.
Little reverence. Telling me the story word for word in reverence's voice.
I do that. I definitely do that. But I make instead of it's reverence voice, but higher pitched.
So now, so now, Blue, when you see the lanterns, you know that this is a similar event than, at least than what happened.
When I see it, I'm gonna shake awake reverence.
Okay.
Hey, hey,
What?
you know how you saw that lamp come by earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, another one just came by.
Did it stop?
No.
Maybe it's just a patrolman.
Should we be worried about that?
Only if they see us, I assume.
Okay. Go back to bed then.
So wise.
Okay,
I don't understand humany things.
it's true. All right, that is all that happens in your watch, unless you have something else you wanted to do.
Nope. That would do it for me.
So then I'm up. So it's I'm a little bit sleepy still.
Yeah. It's starting to be a little lighter by the time you guys get through all your watches. So you're looking up and you can also see, if anything, though, it's a little harder to see than it would have been for the other two because, you wouldn't see it against a lantern against
Dim.
darkness is easier to see, but you've been looking for it. Blue, I'm assuming, did tell you about it,
yeah.
if not with the same flare.
Don't wake up reverence. He doesn't like it.
But at a certain point you do see the lantern making its way.
All right, well, I wait until the sun is up a little bit more, and then I go and wake everybody else up.
And away goes our extra headphones, right?
Yes, until I cast it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I figured we had like the horses behind the hut,
Yeah. Yeah.
blocking from the road, so they were blocked. So yeah. You got a little bit of rations on the road, or do you want to eat sitting down?
Well, before we leave, I'm gonna look for a sizable piece of unused firewood, like a log,
Okay.
and bring that with me.
Bring it with you.
Area log?
I'm gonna do that.
We're in the plains, though. We're in the plains.
Well, I'm assuming we have a fire going to make food, so we would have to have firewood.
We collect wood, I would imagine, at night. Also, isn't the hut just air conditioned, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, but food.
We're
What?
eating rations.
Yeah.
We have warm up rations?
Yeah, it's like jerky and hardtack.
Oh,
Bread and some mushrooms.
I was hoping we
Edible
at least-
mushrooms, of course.
I mean, you can start a fire, but I don't think we would start a
I
fire.
just assumed we always had a fire here.
No, because, we would just attract attention from the road. They would see us.
Well, okay, then I don't do that, I guess.
I think you're just gonna have to ride. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to be patient till we get some wood.
Okay.
So
Sure.
back on the road and heading east.
Yeah.
Okay. So the new lineup.
Okay, go ahead, Blue.
Perception. Oh,
Can I
doing about as
also,
good as reverence.
since I'm the rear of the pack, I'll also be doing it to make sense. I don't want us to get attacked from behind. Oh God, no. Never mind.
Are you sure? Yeah, you sure you don't want that?
At a certain point, Christy, you kind of like something about planes. They're so boring to look at. You start to daydream,
Not all.
and before you know it, you get that thing where you've like gone a certain distance, and then you just realize you don't remember having gone there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still alive, but I don't know how.
So you've no idea.
What's all this blood?
Not that clueless. Happily. I'm just daydreaming. Okay, yeah, nothing.
And Blue, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary.
All right.
I will say, I mean, 9 is not nothing. You do start to notice there are, every so often, a patrol or a guard sort of seems to be on the road. They come your way, they look you over, but they don't stop you or do anything. It appears to be just a regular patrol.
Are they dwarves or?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So eventually, you make your way to this way.
Do we want to go to the city or do we want to continue on to Blackwater Bay?
I don't know. You guys want to get in trouble or not? You want to get into some trouble? You see what's going on? Find out more? I'm a little curious. But
Yeah.
I thought we were just going straight for the bay.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, we can keep riding.
We can look at it. We can stop by on the way back.
Is it getting
I just
to be?
assumed that messing with these religious types would cause nothing but trouble for us.
Well, you would know.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What does that even mean?
You're the religious type here.
I think they both are.
Yeah.
It's like I look at the cleric,
Like,
and then I look at the warlock. I go, excuse me?
I'm not religious. I didn't take an oath. I made a pact. There's a difference.
Classic. Well, if we want to just ride, like get to Blackwater Bay.
Yeah, let's take the.
I'm a little bit curious, but okay. Let's keep hitting the road.
There's plenty of towns. We're probably going to bump into some people at some point.
Yeah, true. Okay, we keep riding.
Okay. So Blue. At a certain point as you're riding along, you hear in your mind
Oh. Hey, Maddie.
Yes. Well, I'm back. I just wanted you to know.
Oh. Hey, do you know how arcane focuses work?
No. Did you want me to go all the way back to Kronos to ask him that on top of what I've already asked him?
No. Erasmus seems very concerned by it, is all.
Oh, well.
I'm not concerned by it. Also, I already
You can
figured
hear
out-
this conversation.
Yes, I can. I can hear you talking. I'm not concerned by it, and besides, I already figured it out.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I don't sleep, or that would just keep me up nights. Erasmus is concerned.
Fuck you, Metal.
Now you can't hear the
That
medallion.
definitely
know.
you couldn't hear.
I know.
Oh yes, I forgot you went to ask Kronos. What did you find out?
Well, all right. Keep in mind that it's very difficult conversing with a being like Kronos, but as you remember, you wanted to know why he had raised you back from the dead in reverse time. Because it's, not enough that he did that. You have to have explanations.
Oh, I mean, don't you want to know?
Maddie's being sassy.
Well, Kronos has said, and I quote, that he thinks that you respect your elders, which is commendable. And he says that out of what he wants from you, he wants you to be a good kitty and save the world if you possibly can.
Okay,
With your friends.
my friends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also he says that I have to be nicer to you, and I told him that's ridiculous. We've been getting along famously, and what on earth else had he heard?
I wouldn't listen to the medallions if I were you.
Mm.
Do you hear me?
Okay.
Don't do something else.
Well, I will try to save the world if I can.
Wait, save the world?
That seems like a pretty. Who's paying for that?
Excuse me?
Oh, hold on. What's the medallion telling you?
But we gotta save the world.
From what?
I don't know. Do you know from what, Medi?
Wait, how does it know? Why is it? What?
Well, I didn't ask. Do you want me to go back and ask what we have to save the world from? I just assumed you would know. You're the one doing it.
I mean, I'm just collecting mushrooms. And not really even doing that. I'm being lazy and letting Elspeth do it.
Well, that doesn't seem like it would save anything, would it?
That's what I think, but don't tell her that.
I'm tracking the corruption. I pipe up because I hear my name, and I did suddenly came out of my fog. What?
Oh, go back to the saving the world bit.
Medi doesn't know what we have to do to save the world, or from what.
Okay, but why is he telling you to save the world?
That's what Kronos wants us to do.
From the corruption, I'd imagine. The stuff
The
that made
god
us
of
sick.
time wants us to save the world from something.
Yes, and be a good kitty, but I don't think that applies to you.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming that's for you. Am I the only one who doesn't trust this metal? Like, how do we actually know it's coming? It's talking to Cronus.
Oh! I
know,
have never.
He can be rude sometimes, but you warm up to him.
I demand you slap him. I have never taken. My last master would never have allowed such terrible insults.
Erasmus, you should apologize.
For what?
For not trusting Betty.
I haven't even heard him.
I haven't heard your god, and I don't sit here and talk shit about him.
My patron isn't telling us to go save the world.
Yeah, but I still don't sit here and doubt it when it tells you to burn everything.
Well, fair enough, but like, there's still.
Out of all the people who have gods here, the one that is most concerning is the one that wants everything to burn.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Really? Really?
Look, maybe time is just boring without watching our antics. So we're just amusing. And if it's a corruption, there'll be nothing interesting to watch. Who knows? Gods don't think about time the way we do.
The point is that we don't actually. For all we know, the metal is just cursed and lying to us.
Well, what does it lie to us about that has actually affected anything? It's not asking us to do anything. It's not telling us to do
Maybe
anything.
it's trying. Maybe it's trying to rope us into like doing something under the pretense of saving the world.
Well, when it asks us to do something, maybe we'll think about that
Yeah.
as we ride along.
All I'm saying is that I kind of want the metal to provide some kind of proof.
Oh, ye of little faith!
No.
Dave,
As someone who's so religious that they burn a page every night, this is a
look, I just don't trust it.
I mean, you could roll, or Erasmus, you want to roll persuasion? It's going to be high. The DC is going to be a little high here.
12. That's probably not high enough.
Blue Sky, I do not appreciate this sort of attack upon my honor. You know, when I was with the Knight Roland, he always had me gleaming in the sun. I used to ride with him. So noble was he upon his mighty steed, his armor was shining, and he would never let anyone say such things about me. He was wonderful. You haven't even cleaned me the way you said you would.
The druids don't like metal. They didn't have a metal shop.
You made him cry.
Good job, Erasmus. Good job, Erasmus.
What?
I've never been so insulted. Come
Look,
to this,
look, I didn't mean to insult him.
an icon of the great god, time itself.
You are being your doubtfulness, your lack of faith is too much.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like make him cry. Like
You made him cry.
apparently. Not even sure how that works. He's a metal.
Hey, I don't question your book burning.
Just because I'm a medallion, I am a sentient being.
I'm not. Look, I'm not. I'm just saying that asking us.
You can't talk to it. You don't hear that.
I'm saying it's a blue.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like there's a quite a big gap from normal religious faith to asking us to save the world. Like I feel like it's not unreasonable to ask for some kind of.
If you had the opportunity to save the world, are you telling me you wouldn't try?
Sure, I probably would.
Then just do what you would normally do anyway.
That's not how that works. It might look. All we know.
I
is
am so confused.
Look, the medallion doesn't know what we have to do to save the world. It seems to me that the corruption
That's
is
what
the thing.
it's telling us.
Yeah, well, we've got the corruption, so that's attacking the world. So we are trying to save the world anyway, at least for that. So that at least is
Yes.
maps on. This seems...
Blue, do you want to roll persuasion?
On Erasmus. Yes.
Okay.
Here's my persuasion. Is it any? Nope. I am not charming. I'm a cat. You either like me or you don't.
I'm sorry, Maddie. Like I didn't mean to.
leaning over, talking at Cat's chest.
What is happening?
I think I insulted the jewelry.
I feel like I'm having some sort of trip.
Maybe it was the mushrooms we ate last night.
I must.
Well, in any event, Blue,
Well,
he also
is-
did intimate that if in the future you wanted to make a deal with me, I was to let you.
oh, I thought you said you shouldn't make deals with you.
Well, I didn't want to.
Oh,
I'm not committed. But if in the future you should want to, I discussed it with Kronos, and he thinks that it would be acceptable.
what besides talking to me, what can you do?
Well, I don't really do anything.
Oh, okay.
I look wonderful if you were to clean me. I mean, and you could be just the envy of everyone. With a beautiful medallion.
Oh my god.
This is the best character. All right. Well, the next city we stop by, I'll get you cleaned.
Thank you.
Okay. To everyone else, do you have any questions for Medi?
No.
No, but I have some suggestions on, accessorizing that or making it look a little bit nicer, cleaning up the chain or whatever. So I can help with that if you want.
Okay.
It would be a beautiful medallion if you cleaned it.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
I
didn't mean to
do like
insult
that.
you.
Did try to get Reverend's boyfriend to give us some cleaning stuff, but messed it
Oh,
up.
that's true. Next city.
Okay. So you don't really make it to anywhere particular as it starts to be towards night here. So you're in just sort of the same. There's more houses along this this stretch of road, but it's not like in farm country, houses tend to be quite a stretch away from each other.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a cosmopolitan area.
Same drill as last night?
Sure. I'll make a roll.
Okay, is there any kind of trees or wood around? While we stop?
Roll investigation.
18.
Yeah, I mean, as you look around, there's not a ton of trees, and they're not particularly big, but there's a couple.
Okay. I'm gonna find one that's reasonably sized and chop it down and get some wood to construct something out of.
You're going to get out an axe and start hacking down a tree on somebody's property?
We're
Possibly?
not on someone's property. We're in the middle of the country.
There are houses around. I'm just saying.
All right.
Well, okay. Does it look like it's like the tree belongs to someone?
Is an axe in your
Yes.
Okay.
The carpenter's tools have that.
All right, so you can roll the carpenter's tools.
I guess that's dexterity. Well, that's more for building stuff. I don't know.
Well, you said you were planning to
yeah.
build things.
Yes.
Well, you managed to chop the tree down without having it fall on you. So that was pretty good. And it's down.
Hopefully not in a
Alright.
hut.
Well, if it falls on the hut, it's just gonna roll off of it.
Fair enough.
Alright. So I now have I'm not trying to build any complicated. I just need something.
Um,
I'm
something.
basically trying to build like a little like wooden altar, like stripping it of the bark and like making it look nice and making some carvings and stuff like that, just to like have something where I can place the old arcane focus, the old pipe in.
Okay. Roll performance. No, roll dexterity. And you can do it with advantage.
Okay. 15.
You are able to make a reasonably good-looking and level, adequate altar.
Okay.
Okay, so are you doing your thing right now, or?
No, I'm assuming by the end of the it's gonna take me a bit to do that. So I'm assuming by then it's probably time to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till the next day.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, before we go to bed, I cast Aid on everyone again. So
Okay.
8 hours of 15 extra hit points.
Cool.
That is a really good use of aid.
Thank you.
It's
I
a
mean-
good spell.
Yeah. I'm, like I said, doing a lot of this research. They didn't suggest this for watches, but since we're not doing anything in the day, why waste a spell when we could get attacked at night? So, and I go to sleep and then I get it back anyway, so no loss.
Yeah,
Cool.
I like it.
Thank you.
Is it a concentration spell?
Nope.
Okay.
Lasts
It's a
for,
touch spell. Yeah. I think it's touch, right?
I think so, yeah. I can look it up.
Otherwise it's,
No, it's not. It's up to 30 feet.
Okay.
And you pick up, well, now that I'm at 5th level or 6th level, all 4 of us get it.
I remember using it with my artificer once. It was fun.
All right. So who's doing first watch?
I guess I'll do it.
All right. Roll perception. You hear children.
I draw my sword.
It's ghost children that haunt you.
Okay, guys, can you not yell so much? Okay. Anyway, so in any event, you you don't see anything as your watch goes on.
Okay.
I'll take the next one.
You're feeling a little befuddled by what you saw with all the talk of religion. It's got you thinking. All right.
She fucking roll out again.
You and your D8.
God damn it.
More like a D6.
You also see absolutely nothing.
I guess I continue trying to improve the altar. and
Planning
focus
out
on that.
symbols,
Yeah.
sketching them in the dirt.
Yep. That's what you do. Nothing happens. As
Beautiful.
far as you.
next day, everyone else is gone. All the land around me has been burned down.
Blue, do you want to
On
go next?
On day to roam the streets.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, let me pull up my sheet. Bam.
Ooh, nice.
That's how you roll perception.
Yes.
You also have +7. Kind of helps.
Okay, so Blue, you notice there are some large, kind of humanoid shapes shambling around.
Shambling.
not like, I mean, when I say shambling, they're not like, they're just kind of slowly walking around. They seem to be gathering. You're not sure what could be herbs or flowers or grass. They're not chewing anything. And as you look closer, you think they seem to be orcs.
Oh. Okay. I think this is a good reason to wake up somebody. Who to wake up? I'm still mad at Rasmus, so now I know not to wake up Reverend, so I guess Elspeth it is.
All right. What?
So, Reverend's got mad when I woke him up, but there's orcs outside.
Oh, dang. Okay, so I'll sneak to the door, being quiet, and peek out and get a sense of.
Does the hut have?
We don't have a door.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
a
they're
magical
opening.
aura.
It's just a
Yeah.
dome.
Also,
right.
if you leave, it goes away.
Right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just have to look through it because it's transparent. Sorry, forgot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how far away are they again?
Why don't you roll perception?
Okay. Point. Here we go.
There are several of them. And they're at different lengths away from you right now. The closest one is probably about 20 feet and not moving in your direction, but sort of perpendicular to you.
Okay. So, I think what we should do is watch them. Maybe we'll figure something out about what they're doing. But if we run out and attack them, we might lose some information. So I think we should both just stay up and keep an eye on them. And if they start to get closer to us, we'll wake up the other two, but let them rest until we meet them.
You guys don't want to like put your armor on?
I don't wear any, so
I
I think
assume I
you're the
sleep
one who
in
wears the
mine.
most amount of armor.
You don't.
Unless you want to take penalties, exhaustion penalties, you don't.
Yeah.
Sleeping in armor would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What do I have? Okay, so yeah, I'll throw on my, I guess, hopefully it doesn't make too much noise, scale mail, I guess.
Yeah, it takes about a minute to put on an armor.
Okay.
If
Well,
you're
then-
trying to go quietly, roll
Yes.
stealth.
Does the hut do anything for that?
For noise.
Does sound
I don't
pass
think-
through
I
the
don't-
hut?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
As far as
Yeah,
I'm aware.
You're fine.
We'll go slide into it. And yeah, we watch them to see if we can kind of figure out if what they're gathering or how they're moving around and just trying to understand what they think they're getting away with.
All right. So one of you can roll insight with advantage, or you can both roll it once.
I can help you, Blue, if you want to.
Sure. 16.
After a while, you think they're collecting berries.
Oh,
You remember you saw some berries. They didn't look particularly appetizing, but
maybe they do.
Yeah, we're up. We're not going to go back to sleep, really. So should we just let the other two continue sleeping?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. And so unless they start to move off or do anything other than collect berries, we watch them.
when the very small hours of the night come right before it starts to get light, they seem to be packing up their things and leaving.
I think we should wake those guys up now. So we shake them awake with a, shh.
Oh,
What's going on?
So give them the briefing about what happened, berry picking, and they're getting ready to leave now. So it might be a good time if we want to attack them. their hands are gonna be full of stuff.
Why
What were they doing?
It looked like they were picking berries, right?
Why would we attack them?
yeah.
What are they, trolls?
Orcs.
Orcs. Aren't orcs baddies?
What's that would be like if we attacked Erasmus every time we saw him.
Okay, sorry.
Wow, really?
I'm like old school where orcs were bad. So
We were heading towards the
Just kill a whole tribe of orcs.
all right,
No.
I'll check my privilege.
The women, the children, the elders, all of them. Just fucking get rid of them. Burn their huts down. Destroy their grain.
How dare they pick berries? Those berries belong to the
Those
berries.
berries belong to the dwarves.
Okay, so we're not gonna murder them.
I guess
I
we
don't-
like let them leave before we exit the hut. Like I assume they're not like. If they'd noticed the hut, they would probably have come over to check it out.
You could roll insight if you wanted.
I'll do that
Okay.
just because I'm curious.
You're not sure. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
they don't. On the one hand, they were close enough that and there are berries around, so they could have come over easily, but you can't tell if they just didn't happen to get to those berries or if they were
Oh,
intentionally.
all right.
And that's all. They leave and they head south.
Well, time for some breakfast and heading out, I guess.
Yeah. Continue our journey.
Yeah.
You just leave the altar there.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
I
that
imagine
big.
it's not that big.
Yeah, like it's
It's Erasmus. How big can it be?
Okay.
yeah, like it's not like I haven't made an entire like church altar with a like
Bigger than a
carving
bread
it.
box.
It's the size of a bread box, basically. It's big enough that you could it's small enough that you could put it in like a normal small sized bonfire.
Okay, I was thinking it was
Like
more
it's
like a coffee
just
table.
no,
Okay.
more like a nightstand.
Christy and Blue, I will say that neither of you got a full
Nice.
rest.
Yeah.
So, so that's all. So if you want to keep heading along the road.
Yep.
All right. You
That's-
can
I assume
roll.
we passed
Sorry?
this city at some point. This city, have we passed that at some point during
You
this today?
will, no, not yesterday, but you will today.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we'll pass. Yeah, just making sure where we are.
Yep. So, if you want to just roll perception, Blue.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You keep a very good eye out. There isn't a lot to see. You get to about here, and you can see there are two signs. At this point, you can see sort of a village, a large village, more like a town. And there's an arrow pointing to it that says Brewston. And there's a road that heads south, and the arrow pointing to that says Mogalin. And they give general areas. You get the sense that it would probably take until, if you wanted to go to Mogulin for some reason, it would take a while. Probably for the rest of the day.
Is there a lot of like how many like traveling people or like transport of goods? How much do we pass? Like how active does it seem?
It's reasonably active.
Okay.
Nothing at night except for the occasional patrols and a group of orcs, but who were very careful to stay off of the road itself, and did not use, as you noticed, lights or anything like that. They were clearly not announcing their presence.
Okay.
But during the day, there's traffic.
All right.
So are you going, so towards the afternoon, you're actually more towards noonish, you head by the town of Brewston. Do you go in or just keep going?
Well, you did promise Mary that you...
I would get him cleaning stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a smaller town. Why not?
Yes. So we're stopping by.
They'll probably have a blacksmith.
Yeah.
A jeweler would be
Might-
better.
Well, I don't know if they have a jeweler here, but they'll probably have a blacksmith for horses
I
and things.
might be able to sell some of the stuff I have that I don't need anymore.
Okay.
Yep, we head in.
All right, so you head into the provincial, I guess is the word I would use, town of Brewston. It is a place of manicured lawns and fences. It looks clean and well kept. And pleasant, but there's not a lot of, it's not very decorative. Like there aren't a lot of frills to any of the houses. They're sort of low to the ground, being dwarves, a little bit lower than you might otherwise see in most places, and just sort of functional looking.
I guess we'll seek out a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Do you ask somebody?
Sure.
Can we listen out for the sound of clanging?
We don't want to ask people, which I don't blame us for.
Which one do you do?
I'll listen out for any sounds of a blacksmith at work. Perception?
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Got something in my ears.
Yeah, you got tinnitus all of a sudden.
Horse riding.
Ears are like,
Gone deaf.
Your perception rolls have been great.
I did all right spotting the orcs.
Yeah.
I spotted the orcs.
Well, I watched them too, I guess. The judge their distance.
I guess I'll flag someone down.
Yeah.
Right, I have my hood up. And keeping a low profile.
okay.
Because reverence is low profile.
No, I am.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't
Absolutely.
let Reverend flag someone down now that I think about it.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, do you have a hood?
No, I am.
I know.
Do I
I'm
have a
asking
hood?
Reverend if he has a hood.
Wait, why would Reverence need a hood?
I have
He looks
massive.
like a demon.
I have horns. First of all, you could tell I have horns through a hood.
Yeah, you
Very
probably
easy.
do that. That would mean actually.
Also, I'm riding an elk.
Wait, a low profile is probably not. Like,
No.
I have my hood. I don't think they're gonna be like anything towards him. It's probably more me. Maybe. Actually, no. It's probably both of us.
Yes, it's probably both of you.
Well, if someone can ask about
Okay.
a blacksmith,
Not more normal looking among us.
Yeah, that's all
I'll
Elspeth.
ride forward and see if I can see anyone who looks.
Sounded
We'll make eye
but it's
contact.
true.
This group is not made for blending in.
No,
really not.
really not.
Well, you see some people out and about. There is a woman who looks like she has bringing her shopping home in a basket. Her head is covered with a wimple. She wears a gray linen dress and an apron. She generally keeps her head down. There are two men standing outside what is probably an inn or a tavern, and they are talking to each other. They look like farmers, maybe.
Okay.
One is older than the other.
Do we see anything that looks like guards or police, that kind of thing?
Roll perception.
18.
Yeah, you've seen them around.
Okay. Do they look like the same people who do the patrols?
You didn't get a good look at the people doing the patrols,
That's
but
true.
you assume so.
Okay.
They have the sort of their uniforms aren't exactly flashy, but they do have the Helvacker colors
Okay.
on them. So
That's
What are the colors?
the colors are red and blue.
Is it the same tone of blue as the arrow that we saw?
ooh,
Roll
good.
perception.
Good point. Good thinking.
Do, 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 do.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now, maybe we can ask the blacksmith about that.
I will kind of arrange my cloak and stuff in a very conservative way, and try to look.
Cover up your midriff or what? Like,
Yes. Well, just arrange myself kind of.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I'll ride over. Actually, I might drop off my horse and walk over to the woman and ask, "Excuse me, I was wondering if there's a blacksmith in town."
Oh, yes. She looks a little surprised to have someone talk to her out of somewhere, but she said, "You'll be asking for Jürgen Goblinbane, then."
Okay, where can we find Jürgen Goblinbane?
Bane.
Bane.
You go up 2 streets, and you'll see on your left a yellow house, and you go to the yellow house, and you go past it, and there is a big building that's made of stone, and that'll be the house of Jürgen Goblinbane.
So I thank you very much for that, and sort of give her a little bow.
You're welcome.
So I relate the instructions to the rest of the party.
Well, off to see Jürgen.
Yep. So we head in the direction she pointed, and 2 streets, and look for a yellow house. Yep.
I'm just going to give it to you. You would see it. It
Okay.
is it's a slightly bigger yellow house than, it's a bigger house than in general that you've seen, and it is bright yellow, so, which definitely stands out. And as you walk past it, you see the gray stone building.
What does the yellow house look like it is? Like, is there any indication of what the function of it is?
Well, it doesn't have a sign out. Are you going to try to just sort of glance at it and
Yeah,
see?
like just let me walk past because it looks out of place. So, like, I'm not
All right.
I'm not like going up to the window and looking in or anything. I'm just like, what the fuck is that?
All right. It is. Give me a insight check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. You imagine, from looking at it, that this is one of those part residence and part like shop, but it's not. The lack of a sign outside is a bit puzzling. So you're not sure if it's just some sort of shop that you have to know it's there, or exactly what is going on with that.
Oh,
but
okay.
it looks to be, just in general, like you see signs that people kind of go up and down a lot there.
All right.
It sort of reminds you of that.
Well, let's go see Jürgen, Goblin Bane.
Okay. So you head over to the establishment, and there is it's squat. It's a building that has that look that it's been there for, God knows how long, but it's sturdy, and there is a middle-aged, red-haired, freckled dwarven fellow. He is up by the hearth, and you can see him as you go through. He looks very strong, as blacksmiths often look very strong.
Can Reverend stand up straight in here?
No,
Of course.
not with his, not with your helm on. And it would be uncomfortable even without it.
Yeah. Maybe wait outside. Be uncomfortable for you.
Well, could someone sell this chainmail
Yeah,
for me?
I can do that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'll take that.
Actually,
Anyone else need
maybe-
to sell anything?
yeah. I would like to sell my leather armor.
Leather armor. Okay. Anyone else with something to sell?
Oh, I'm going in, right? Sorry, I missed that bit.
Mhm.
It's just the tall one and the short one.
Sorry, what was it?
I'm going in, right?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, so we two go in. And oh, by the way, what do you want for prices on these?
Well, it's normally 75 gold to buy it, so I would imagine whatever you can get. Just don't sell it for a song.
Okay. And
Yeah, same
what
here.
about 75 each? Okay.
I don't know what leather armor is normally worth.
I think it's about 25. I can actually look that up real quick.
Okay.
Where are you?
I don't have a use for it, so I just want to get the gold.
Leather armor is 10 gold pieces, according to the.
Yep.
There you go. Yep, 10 GP.
Right.
So we go in.
Yep.
All right.
Hello, blacksmith.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we're doing well. Riding through, we noticed your town, and we wanted to do a bit of business.
Yep, it's a nice town, nice day, nice doing business with you.
Excellent. Well, do you want to go first? And I
Sure.
jump.
I just need two things. Do you have a way to clean? And I kind of, from a distance, show off Nettie.
It takes a look at it, picks up kind of a glass, like the kind of glass a jeweler would use, but bigger. He gives it a good look over. Says, "Yeah, I can shine that up pretty for you."
You
I'm
want
not
to
sure
just
how
buy
much
the
you like
product?
to-
Yeah, you want to buy some stuff
Yeah.
to take with you because he'll want to polish it up along the way.
Yeah.
All
Very-
right.
yeah.
Well, I can. I'll tell you what. If you buy some of this polish off of me, it's a good stuff. I use it myself. And he goes over, and there's kind of like an earthen jug that he grabs. He says, "This will be 2 gold, and I'll throw in the first cleaning."
All right.
I wouldn't
Sound-
part with it if I were you. I just
Yeah, I'll just take the cleaning, the goop.
Polish.
Is that what? Yeah, the polish. There we go. It's got a proper name. I'll just take the polish. But I will if you have it. If you have what's the best lock that you have?
The best lock?
Yes. You know.
Well, I'm not a locksmith, but I got some old locks in the back you could dig through if you wanted.
Sure.
All right. And he
get
points into a sort of a bucket-looking thing that's in the back.
I'm just
All right.
watching who's got the medallion at the moment.
I still have the medallion.
Yeah.
I thought
hasn't
I thought he picked it up to look at
No,
it.
he just looked at it from afar.
He just looked at it.
Okay, I
It's
thought
still
he
on
could
my
have
neck.
examined it. Okay.
I gestured for it when I said it, and then I realized I don't have a camera, so it made no sense. But yes, so no, it's still attached still around my neck. So I'm just gonna spend some time looking at locks. You can sell
Okay,
away.
yeah, and so then I bring out the armor, and say, and also we were able to part with this. I'm looking for someone who might be able to move it along or buy it. Do you know anyone, or would you be interested?
Oh, sure. Let me take a look. He picks up the chainmail, kind of looks it over for a minute, seems to weigh it in his hand, and after a second he says, "Well, I'll give you 20 gold for it."
Oh, well, sorry, I have a floor, and we can just carry it on. Maybe somebody else might, be willing to pay a bit more. But what about the other piece?
Well, I got to tell you, little lady, and I do appreciate you're looking for a good deal, but this has taken a few hits in its time.
Well,
I think you'd be lucky to get what you. Just saying.
okay. Well, I'll just hold on to that one for now. Maybe we can do some repairs, get a better price for it. Might be worth
Well,
putting some
maybe.
time in. Yeah. How about the other armor?
That's the leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Well, I don't usually do leather. I'll give you 5 gold for it."
That's fine.
You're probably not gonna get better than that.
Okay.
Considering it's a leather armor that's been used and probably has like it is burned in several places and stuff like that.
Well, fair enough. I don't really know all the damage that's been done, and also I'm not quite sure how hard I'm supposed to bargain here. So,
No, and I just want to get rid of it
okay.
and get some kind of gold for it. I don't need it anymore, so
All right. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and move that for 5 gold.
Okay. He hands you 5 gold.
Okay. So, thought we'd give him money before we asked him for money.
Yeah.
Blue hasn't finished shopping yet, so
Right.
I'm
Get some locks.
assuming he hasn't.
Grab 5 locks and buy them.
5 locks.
Yes.
what
Okay.
the hell do you need locks for?
That's
Are
very interesting.
Well, locks are 10 gold pieces a
That's
piece.
fine.
All right,
fine.
so
What the fuck are you
spend
buying?
100 gold on 10 locks.
Yes. You also
Okay.
don't understand how little I care about money. Who's a cat? He doesn't care about money. He cares about shiny things. And right now,
Not-
locks are shiny things.
A lot of these locks aren't really shiny.
That's okay. I'm shiny in the thing that has piqued my interest way, not in the actual shiny.
You just like developed a love of locks.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this is sort of this is a barrel of odds and ends that you are rifling through. Metal bits, some of which look like he's just going to be maybe polishing them or reselling them. Some of which look like maybe they're just broken and he's going to be melting them down or something.
So, like
So-
5 working locks and that shut and unlock.
You can find 5 operable locks.
Good.
Okay.
Yes. I will pay 100 gold for that. That's fine. Not even gonna question it.
50.
Yeah, he's not. That's 5
Oh,
locks,
sorry.
so that's 50 gold.
50. Yes, that's fine.
And basically, when you are willing to do that, he says, "Well, it's a fair good price, I gotta tell you. All right." And he hands you the locks, and he hands you the jug. He says, "I'll just throw that in for free since you're taking these off my hands. You're doing me a favor if you want to know the truth. And here, I got some old brushes and the cloth that'll help that along."
All
And he
right.
goes into the back and he's like puttering around and he brings you some used but reasonable tools. One looks like a scrubber brush kind of thing, and one is a little more of a soft cloth. He says, "Don't you worry, it'll take a little elbow grease, but you'll be having that medallion looking just as fine as the day it was made soon enough."
Thank you.
Welcome. Come back anytime. I'll put aside any locks I see for you.
Thanks.
All right.
I think we should probably get out of town if we got everything we need.
Have my locks. I'm good.
How much did you get for it?
Oh, I got you 5.
Oh, okay.
And he was offering me 20, which seemed a little bit low. So I thought maybe we could work on fixing it. Maybe I could get out a mend spell or something as a cantrip and get you a better price.
That works. We can take it somewhere else.
Why are you Blue? Why are you carrying locks?
Oh, they are awesome. You just wait.
Wait,
Just-
what do you need? What are you? Okay. What are you gonna use them for?
You'll see.
Okay.
There's a plan for these locks.
Is there?
I give him a very curious look. Like I want to know what the fuck he's doing.
Yes. Blue has a giant grin as far as cats can have giant grins on his face over the locks. He's very excited about the locks.
Did you get something to clean the metal?
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice. Good.
Probably do that first, then the locks.
Are you gonna clean the locks too, or
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are we skipping town now? Before we...
Yeah, I imagine we are.
Yeah. Well, we got what we needed, so I guess we'll be like moving on.
Yep, let's do that.
Well, our DM isn't here at the moment.
Oh, she's muted.
Yes. Well, she just wrote in the chat. Be right back. So.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No.
So yeah, it looks like mending can repair a single break or tear in an object, such as a broken chain link. So that'll be a
Just sit there at night and
Yep.
just hit mending over and over again.
Yep, I'll prepare it tonight, and then tomorrow before I'll just take it out of the bag of holding and fix it a little
Is
bit.
mending a cantrip or a first level spell?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, then you don't have to
You don't
prepare
have to
it. You just
prepare it,
cast
yeah.
it.
I thought you had to choose which cantrips because there's
No,
only
your
4 that
cantrips
I
are a
know.
permanent thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
that's the whole point with them, that you don't like there's just little magical things you can just do.
Yeah.
Yeah, your cantrips are the things that you never change, basically.
I think artificers have to prepare theirs, but I think that's it.
I just thought because it said 4 known spells, they kind of
No. Those are for your like spells.
Yeah. You know 4 first level spells at level 1 or whatever.
Okay, got it.
Or
Yeah.
at higher levels, you know for if you know 10 spells or whatever, you divide them out, putting all the spells you can cast.
Okay, well, yeah, though. So then I'll do a bit of mending on the chain armor.
Oh no, you do have a number of known cantrips.
Mhm.
Well, these
Yeah, well, you have a number of known cantrips, but you don't have to prepare them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like if she has mending, then she has mending.
okay, yeah. Do you have mending as
I
one of
do.
your cantrips?
Yeah, it's one of the cleric.
No, but do you have it as one of your known cantrips?
Yeah, but
I
like
guess that's-
you have to pick. You
Yeah.
can't change out cantrip. Like that's you know them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you leveled up or whatever to or made your character.
Then you add. Okay, and then you add them as you go along. The only
Yeah,
one I'm
or
really-
you can you can pick like you can exchange like one cantrip for another when you level up as well.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
good to know. Yeah, because right now I've got Light, Spare the Dying, Guidance, and Sacred Flame.
Right.
Okay.
well,
Well, yeah. So you don't know mending.
Yeah. Okay, and I can't prepare it.
No.
No.
Got
So
it.
when you level up, you can learn mending,
Got it. See, this is all very.
and then yeah, and then you can pretty much use it whenever, and it doesn't cost like spell slots or anything. You just use it.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind
It's
of how
for
like I do the fire cat thing or the
And
The ice thing.
that's how I can keep doing Eldritch Blast despite only having 2 spell slots.
I don't have any cantrips.
Okay. Not at any level.
No, my levels start at level 1 and level 2. I only get 4 levels of spells or 5 levels of
Okay.
spells.
All right. Okay, the DM is back.
woot.
Hello, sorry about that. Quick bio break.
Mhm.
No worries.
We got a chance to figure things out.
Cool.
So we're heading out of time.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna say blue.
Yes. Blue what? The anticipation. Oh no.
Did your
Did we lose-
audio drop? You're
We might have lost.
Oh, you're
Oh,
breaking
can you
up.
hear me now?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Blue, can you roll a perception check?
Sure. 22.
You very barely see it, but there is a in an alleyway, you see a flash of
Oh, you
blonde hair and black leather
Seen
that
before. A flash of something is what I heard.
Yeah. Then you cut out.
blonde hair and black leather.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
is
that
it
dick.
this guy again?
It's
Oh,
that
It's
big.
creepy elf. It's the edgelord elf.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Oh, I want to catch
It's-
this guy.
Get the edge lord.
I want to catch this guy.
Says the
We wanna
edge
catch
lord of
this
the
guy.
group.
I'm not the
You're muted.
edgelord.
No, I am.
Oh yes, you are the edgelord of the group.
Chrissy, you're muted, just so you know.
I think she's
Yeah.
trying to fix her audio. Okay.
Okay.
Trying to.
Okay. We want to catch him. Is that what we said?
Oh, yeah. I got
All
beat
right,
with this
You're
guy.
the only one who's seen him.
And
Yeah.
I'm no instincts. Go. Kitty speed ahead to catch this
You-
guy.
Do you like inform the rest of us?
Nope.
Okay.
I will drop my locks, and I want one of you better pick them up because I'm gonna be pissed. if I lose
Wait,
my locks.
what?
And then run off.
I start running, like in confusion. I start running after him, like
I pick up
and
blocks.
like shouting, "Where are you going?"
Just pay for this.
Oh, so kitty speed. So whatever 90.
Yeah, like I can't catch
You're not
up to him. I'm just like I probably lose him pretty quick. Well, it depends on how far away.
All right. So you are faster than him. So there is that. You can tell pretty quickly. You run down the alley and you sort of see just the tail end of black leather running away from you down a street and into another alley. And I want you to roll perception.
24.
You see that you hear the click of a door being closed, and when you get to the alley that he went down, you see that there is a large black metal door.
Oh. No.
Am I able to catch up with Blue? Like, did I see where he ran?
You can roll perception, but you run much slower.
Yeah.
So probably not.
14.
Okay. And no, you have no idea. You get out of the alleyway, and you see nothing.
Blue? Blue?
While they're doing that, I'm knocking on this giant metal door.
Can you hear me? Or
Probably not from where he's at. You'd have to get a little closer, unless you're really yelling.
yeah, no. So I'm assuming this street has two directions. I saw him turn the corner. Did I see him turn? I'm assuming I saw him turn the corner of this.
Not really. Like, you just weren't nearly fast enough or quick enough to, like.
So I have no idea which way he ran on the street.
Yeah, he could have gone in either direction, as far as you know.
Well, let's roll a d2 and see which direction I.
What's a D2? A coin?
Like, that's what it would be in. 1d2. 1. So let's say that's right.
Okay. Yeah, you walk along and you are looking for Blue. You see.
Yeah, like looking into the alleyways and like trying to figure out where the fuck he went.
I want you to roll a survival check.
Oh. For a moment, like to track him, not to like survive. That's
You end up getting yourself all turned around and lost. You're very confused. You start to be like, where did I even come from? And in the meantime, Blue, you are knocking on the door and there is no answer.
I can't use a raven because I don't know where he is.
So, you could, because you can just describe me and it'll find me.
Yeah, and it just has to be like general location.
Yeah.
The raven will go look for him if you tell that like he's he's in this town and he's a big cat.
All right.
Big cat, wearing monk clothes.
All right, so I turn to River and say, should I get the raven out? I mean, we could send a message, but what would it even say?
Where are you? I'm not totally certain.
Does it come back too?
It comes back, but I don't like it. He can't send. Well, I guess he could. Actually, I think he could send a message back with it because it's his raven too.
I did bring it up here.
Well, the message spell, it does the message spell basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It delivers
Well,
it.
It delivers it, and then the target hears the message. It can reply with a message that you can hear.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's
It's 25 words.
about 25 words. Yeah.
All right.
So we could message back, probably.
Yeah. So I guess the message is, should we come to you, or is it better for you to come back to us? And well, I guess. Of course.
Well, or where did you go?
Well,
Wait, I'm not here. I'm not there.
Well, I don't want us to like be wandering around the town looking for each other. So if we have a chance to talk, what's the most Blue has to decide whether we should come to us and give directions, or whether he's going to come back and describe it to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm not there. I'm wondering though.
Yeah, I'm talking to Reverence.
Not sure. Should we just wait for him to come back?
Well, I guess if Blue's in trouble, a Raven's really not going to do too much to help in a fight. So,
Does Blue know where he is the real question.
no. I guess the Raven could guide us back, but no, we'd have to be done after one turn. So maybe we should just wait here by the blacksmith, because at least then this is the last time we were all together.
I'm gonna try and find my way back.
Yeah, I don't want us all rolling perception checks and survivals and getting separated.
Further and further away.
It'd be like the horror movie. Let's split up. Okay.
Come on, gang. Let's
right, roll
let's split
a
up and search for clues.
Roll a survival check, Scooby.
14.
You eventually see the alley from that you came from.
Oh, okay. I go back to Elspeth and Reverence.
So where is Blue?
I don't know. I lost him, and then I got lost.
Great.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Blue, what are you doing?
If no one's answering, then I'm going to try to find my way back to the blacksmith while remembering where I went, the turns that I took.
All right, roll survival.
Come on. Oh, goodness. Years of living in the wilderness have not taught me anything about the world.
Well, you're not used to having streets.
Yeah, you're just these humans and their stupid roads, and this is not an easy. This is sort of a windy road kind of place, not a straight road kind of place. So pretty sure you have no idea. You're in a different part of town, completely separate from wherever it is you came in. You know that doesn't look at all familiar.
Right. Cool beans. So I'm going to wander around being lost for a while then.
All right. Well, we're waiting.
We'll sit here for a while. Yeah.
Do we want to sit here and wait for him?
I'll look
Like,
at the chain rail
What
and
do
armor
you-
plate and see if I can fix it by hand.
What if we go looking for him and then he's somewhere else?
Leave it
What
like
if he
that.
comes back here while we go look for him?
fair point, but like, why did he? Like, I'm assuming he had a good reason to. Well, no, actually, no, he's a cat.
Exactly.
Could be any number of reasons why he ran off.
He saw
Let's
it.
just
Oh,
wait.
wait a minute. Here, you might help is if he recognized the music performed by his talented friend. If you get your flute out, it might be
Do
like
you
a
want
siren
me to
song.
play music in this town?
Maybe a somber song.
Also, that assumes he's close enough to be able to hear it,
I mean, they keep pretty
and
quiet.
even that he's even focused on it. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. Let's just
Okay.
wait.
Let's just give him a minute. Come on.
Yeah.
Surely he couldn't get lost in this town. It's not that big.
Blue, are you doing now that you realize you are completely lost? Are you doing anything to?
He starts yelling.
Loudly meowing.
I'll find the nearest person and ask them to see if they can give me directions to the blacksmith.
You're in a tougher part of town. It looks like people are a little. But like this isn't a super tough town, but it's just a little bit rougher around the edges around here. People are kind of glaring at each other as they walk, but you see a human woman walking with a couple of kids. She looks really tired by the kids. Like, maybe she's been in a house with those kids for a long time. Making her really tired now. She's got that look.
Life imitating art. So relatable.
And you see a dwarven man who looks a little drunk, even though it's kind of not the right time of the day. But he's a little wiggly, but otherwise he's okay.
He's R&D.
I know, right? Let's go. Let's go with the mom, and then it's gonna come on.
Okay.
Let's entertain the kids the best we can here. Since I notice the kids are being probably kids, I go over to the kids and I say, "Hey, you'll want to see something really neat?" And I make some sparks come out of my hand, little fire cats and little fire show.
Okay, roll performance.
Okay, let's perform the shit out of this. God, I can't. Performance isn't even that good for me. 18.
Woo! That's a lucky roll.
Mhm.
Because if it was a low roll, you were going to get in trouble. But the kids are immediately, they jump up and down and they're clapping, and the woman looks at them and looks how happy they are and gives a little sigh. Comes over and she says, I'm sorry, sir, madam, sir, not sure. Anyway, we don't have a lot of coin.
Oh no! How about instead you give me directions to the blacksmith? Yeah, Goblin Bane.
Oh yeah, everybody knows Jurgen. You're gonna go down and left, and you're gonna go straight through, and then she gives you directions basically back to the house.
Yes.
And the kids are like pulling on you, going, "Do it again! Do it again! Do it again!" Stop it! Stop it! Leave the
All
nice
right.
kitty cat alone.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I head off.
Oh, thank you.
And to the blacksmith with directions this time.
All right, so roll survival with advantage.
Character sheet. Why do I close you every time? Survival.
Oh, man.
Yes, that
Backwards.
advantage was so fantastic.
That's the best roll.
Oh, I'm right here. In fact, because you rolled that high twice, I'm going to say you pass by the alleyway where you saw the door, and you were like, oh, I get, like, it all just comes to you. You know where you are. You know in relation to. You could find your way back once you get your friend if you had to.
All right. Perfect.
So I assume he comes back.
Yes, he ends up coming back.
What? Where did you go?
Wonderful.
There you are. Where did you go?
So you know that wannabe like cool guy elf
Did you
that's
see
been
him?
like following us? Yes.
The one who trash talks us?
Yes.
I hate that guy.
Yes.
Did you see where he ran? Went?
I know where he went.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Door's locked though, so I can't get in.
well, if there's one thing we're good at, it's getting through doors.
Metal doors?
Maybe we should go check out the building, see how big it is. Maybe there are other doors connected to it.
Yeah.
So
Let's hurry.
Need
We
everyone
don't want him
to-
to getting away. We need to. I want to have a word with that little fucker.
I mean, so do I. Well, sorry, I ran, but yes.
Okay. So you head back. And now that you take a look at the area a little more, This is an area of a lot of different shops all together. Small shops, mostly in brick or sort of clay-based homes. The one that you are going to is a very solid brick, narrow house kind of shop area, like a shop with rooms. You don't know if it could be a different shop or whatever upstairs. You're not sure, but the shop reads the Radiant Alchemical Academy.
Academy.
I bet they teach Reiki in there. So, should we knock on the door? I knocked on the door. I didn't do anything.
I was muted, but I actually giggled at that, just so you know.
Oh.
I didn't leave you hanging. I did giggle at the Reiki joke. I just muted myself. So.
But yes.
What is it called again? What kind of?
The Radiant Alchemical Academy. But, you're looking at it. This is not an academy. They're just being pretentious.
Okay. So nothing around the doors or anything that would indicate they've... Okay.
There's something about, like, tarot classes.
All right. Well, should we all go in and have a look around and see what kind of place he ran into?
Sure.
Yeah.
If we can get in, sure. Does somebody want to stay on the back behind the building? In case he ran out the other way.
One of you needs to learn message. One of you needs to learn message.
Well, I will never learn message, but okay.
Well, whoever should watch the back should be pretty good at fighting, and that's not really me.
I can do it.
Multiple attacks. Okay.
You hear Blue in your ear. If one of your brethren wanted to carry me, I can talk to you from a reasonable distance.
Oh. Do you mind, Erasmus?
Oh, no, not that little creature. No.
Here, I'll take it.
You can't hear this.
Fair enough.
I would.
Okay, how about Elsbeth?
I do like that one. She has lovely taste.
Okay. So I'll explain the talking thing and give Medi over to Elspeth.
Oh, can I have the polishing cloth as well? Just,
Maybe wait with that.
We'll wait on the polishing for later. And I'll stay. Erasmus, why don't you and I stay on the outside back?
Okay.
So.
Right. So who's going in and who's?
I guess the three of us are going in, and someone's going behind the building.
Erasmus and I are going behind the building, so we're splitting up into two.
Okay.
Maybe intimidation would be a good tactic at this point. So I think you're the natural.
First we need to find him.
All right, then I guess we'll enter the building.
All right.
So the metal doors in the back, or
Yes.
okay.
I'll take you to the metal door.
All right. You head in to the front, and there is a female human. She's short. She's maybe probably more like 5 feet, but maybe 5'1" if she was wearing heels. She is probably about 40, has brown hair. The place itself, it's, if you've ever been in sort of a new agey shop kind of thing, it has the smell of patchouli, like it's trying to choke you to death. Like And there's like rows of flowers all around. There's a big candelabra that's really far too big for the space in the middle, hanging from the middle. And, so the lady is there on sort of a stool. She sees you and she kind of hops down. Says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, ma'am. Are you the owner of this establishment?
No. That'd be the madam, but she's not in today.
Mm-hmm. We're looking for a particular individual, an elf. Gotta give him the best description of the guy that I can. He seems to have ran into the backside of your building establishment.
Okay. So she says, "Oh, no, I haven't seen any such person. And I want you to roll insight."
All right.
Since I'm within watching, can I roll as well?
Okay. You can both roll. Did you roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
17.
It's a 10 and a 17.
Oh God, for some reason it's not showing up here. All right. Who rolled the 10?
I did.
You absolutely believe her. Christy, you catch just a little tick. Not sure if she's she doesn't look exactly guilty, but like she recognized that description anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll kind of watch Reverence's lead, but I will look like I'm really interested in the product and like I'm shopping.
I'll look to Elspeth when she says that she's never heard of him.
Oh, and I just kind of give him a slightly look, as opposed to like a nod or something.
Okay. I look back. I go, "Ma'am, he's in this building. We saw him go into it. Now, I don't know what sort of individual you are, but we're going to get this man one way or another. And I don't particularly like the idea of you being in my way."
Roll intimidation.
Reverence is a tough negotiator. 15, huh? It's pretty good.
She looks worried, but says, I think you just better leave. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen anybody. I'm not in anybody's way. Just, and she's like stepping away from you with her hands up, not in a threatening way, but in a stay away from me, dude.
Okay. Oh man, I wish I had more spells, but I don't. Nope, I don't have any really cool spells. That's so lame. I mean, I could smite her, but I don't think we want to smite her.
You've bad copped her. You've bad copped her. So.
I just
copper. We need a good cop.
So, are we gonna try to get in through the door while they do this?
We can't get in through the. I mean, I guess we can try to melt the door. It's probably the only thing we can do.
Well, is it a wooden frame?
No, is it?
It's metal.
Well, the door is metal.
The door, but yeah, is the frame wood?
I thought they were stone buildings.
Oh yeah,
stone
okay.
building. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, this would be. There's no wood components. Let's put it
Okay,
that
there's
way.
nothing I can like break down reasonably. Okay.
So in the shop, I'll step up and sort of put my hand on Reverence's arm and say, can you tell me a little bit about one of the products you have over here? I've noticed you've got some really beautiful polished stones I want to ask you about. I'm trying to think.
Roll persuasion.
My character sheet is like stuck. All right, well, at least I'll be able to roll this. Persuasion?
Mhm.
No, I just can't see it.
Ma'am, I think you just have to leave. I'm sorry. I don't. This man just threatened me. Ma'am? No?
Has to speak with the manager. Pull the character.
She is stepping backwards.
I cast.
All right. Ooh.
I'm going to cast the entangle. I'm going to use my entangle ability.
Okay, does she have a...
She needs to make a dex save.
Or
15.
kidnapping people.
I'm
No.
not kidnapping her.
No,
I'm
just
keeping her
making
right
sure she
exactly where
doesn't-
she is. 16.
All right. She runs like hell for the door as soon as
All right.
she...
Are we rolling initiative? I'd like to roll initiative.
Yeah. All right.
Don't just let her
I'll
go.
I'll be fine.
Because we're going to deal with the guard.
Okay, sorry. I also have to roll initiative because I'm in the room.
All right. Also, in your head, Blue, you hear, my God, your friends are among the most just rude. And I think that they tried to cast a spell on this young lady, and you'd better come.
Oh. All right, Erasmus, we should probably go.
So,
What happened? Did they
So
fuck it up?
Yeah, they did.
Well, let's go see how much they fucked it up. Should we roll initiative too?
yes, you got to roll initiative as well.
Ooh,
Dang.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
Oh wow, it's barely got above you.
Well, yeah, you'll also have a lot higher dex, so you get a lot higher.
No,
points.
your roll was good. It was a good
Well, it's
roll.
the best it can be.
All right.
So I guess we start off going.
All right. So Erasmus and Blue, I'm taking it that you're running back towards it because
Yes.
Yes.
Blue could probably, if you took the dash action, Blue, you could get into the building. Erasmus, you could not.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'll just use my. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if I use dash or kitty speed, but either way, it doubles it. So
Dash, no. Use dash because the kitty speed you would have to stand still.
afterwards.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just can't use it after. I forget how. No.
Oh, nice. Does
It's a tabaxi thing. Tabaxis can double their speed.
yeah, but
like
aren't you aren't you then like forced to stay in place?
If he wants to use it again.
I
it's
can't use it again. Yeah.
okay, it's only if he wants to
Okay.
use it again. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, you could, getting back with your kitty speed, you could get in there and still have an action.
Okay. Let's do that.
All right. So you get back into the building. You come in. You see a woman sort of running directly for the doorway, this small human woman.
Okay.
And you see Reverence and Elspeth behind looking bemused or confused or whatever. And the voice in your head says, you better catch her.
Yes. God, grapple rules.
You need to make an athletics check against either highest of acrobatics or athletics, and you can do it as many times as you have attack. So 2 times.
So athletics. Yes, grapple her.
Okay.
21.
Oh, that's pretty good. 15, you get her.
All right, so she's not pinned. She's grappled though, so her she can do everything that she can normally do except for move. Her movement is 0.
Yeah. She starts. Oh wait, it's not her turn yet, so never mind.
Blue, do you want to do anything else? You want to pin her with your other?
Yeah, since I still got another action. Yes, let's.
Yeah. So you're gonna try to push her to the ground and.
Yes. Keep her down. That's another athletics.
Yes.
16. Oh, not so well.
Ah, damn. All right. You get underneath her, and you've pinned her to the ground. That brings us. Erasmus is still on his way.
Yes. Well, how far am I? Like, am I at like around? How many corners have I?
You're around the corner.
Okay.
Let's put you that far.
So I will be in the shop next turn if I run. Okay.
Yeah. Reverence.
All right. I see that he's pinned her. I was like, all right then. I'm gonna go look in the back. Is someone still at the back door?
Erasmus is running here.
Great. And I move into the back room.
The door to the back room is locked.
I take a hammer to the back door.
Okay, roll a strength check.
So I'm attacking it.
Okay. Attack it. All right.
So
this door is
what sort of door is it?
This is just a wooden door.
Okay, so that hits the AC of a wooden door. All right, 8 plus 4, 12 damage to the door. To the block of the door.
Yeah, that gets it. It sort of squeaks open.
All right, then I move inside.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see a whole lot of stock all piled up on top of each other. You see boxes. You see just general chaos of shop that really should be better about getting its stuff out.
All right, I'm going to start moving through the room just as far as I can go. So 30 feet into the room.
Okay. It's a tight squeeze in here.
Mm-hmm.
You see some old furniture in the back, what looks like a break room for the staff or for whoever. You see a cup of old coffee.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to roll a perception check to see if you can see.
16.
You see what looks to you like there is one box that looks out of place. It looks like the rest of the stuff is kind of dusty and just sort of forgotten looking. This particular box, it's heavy and it's kind of like a big oak crate. And it also does not look like, it doesn't look as neglected.
All right, I'll move towards the box.
Okay.
Unless I can get to the box. Am I at the box? I don't know.
You can get there, but that's all you can do in this turn.
Okay.
So let's see. That brings us to Elspeth.
Yes, so I am going to cast Command on the shopkeeper or the cashier.
Okay.
And the command I am going to give is Whisper.
Whisper?
Yes, I don't want her yelling or screaming.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea.
Clever.
All right, go ahead.
So that's a will save for her, and it's 15, I think, because we share the same DC.
I'm
7. 14 plus
That
2, 19.
All right, then she resists the spell.
Dang it.
Okay. Do you do anything else?
I think that is an action.
Yeah.
So no, not really. Maybe go reach for a gag. Cloth.
There are some cloth things around here. You can find one.
Okay, maybe I'll go and hand one to the cat.
I am holding her down.
Oh, okay.
We
All right.
probably
Okay,
should be
I don't-
extreme.
I don't know if I mean I could get to her, but obviously she's gonna be able to yell before the next. So yeah, I can get closer to her and try to calm her down, I guess. But just
yeah.
movement.
It is her turn, and she does scream.
Dang it,
and
dang it,
she
dang
lets out quite the thing. And what I have to do, I am going to say, oh boy, I'm going to say up to a 10. There's no one close enough to hear her, and from a D10 to from a 10 to a 20. Someone hears her. And then you're on the clock. Okay, someone heard her. You hear, oh, what? What's going on? And then you hear running steps, vaguely. Okay. It is Blue. It's actually your turn.
Okay. Oh, and I got her pinned down. But she's already screamed. I think we're fucked at this point. So,
I mean, if you get her pinned, you can still talk to her, try to calm her, tell her to shut up.
I think we're past the calming down point.
Well, you
Then
can
just-
still
like-
try. Otherwise, you're just gonna hold her for a round.
I don't want to do that either.
Try to persuade her.
Okay. Yes.
Start
okay.
purring. Start
We're gonna
purring.
start
Calm her down.
purring, and I'm just gonna tell her, look, we don't want anything to do with you or your shop. We just want to find the elf guy, and that's it. You're no one wants to hurt you.
Roll a persuasion.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Not funny.
Ooh, all right. She looks at you, and and you see fear and despair in her eyes, and she says to you, "You may not want to hurt me, but if I give them up, hurt doesn't begin to describe what will happen to me."
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
well. Good to know.
Please just let me go.
I'm gonna let her go.
And then she, on the way out, she says, "Run," and then runs away.
All right. If I can use what's left of my movement speed to run into the back.
Okay. You can get there for sure.
Yeah, you haven't used any of your movement speed.
Well, I assume that in pinning her, you were kind of down, so you
Oh,
had
yeah,
to
okay,
move.
that's
I
fair.
gotta get up and move. And
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But you can
It's still
certainly
like-
get in there.
All right. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, that leads us to Erasmus. You heard the scream. A moment later, you saw the
I get around the corner and see the woman run out.
she just runs. She's just like not even looking. She's just running away.
I run in there. I go in, move into the shop. I was like, what was that? Wait. Okay, what's going on here?
Lock the door. I'm
You're
not there.
You're not
Shit.
here. Elspeth is the only one here.
Oh, this should hit the fan, and I think we need to get out of here. is what think.
I from now on you're out of. There's no reason for you to be in
Initiative.
initiative, so you
Order.
can just
Yeah.
sort of act.
Okay.
All right.
as you
Like, I kind of
Where-
shout
where are
toward the
the
back.
others?
They're in the back. Come on, guys. We need to get out of here before the law shows up.
All right, so there's a crate here in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I open the crate?
Do you have anything like a crowbar?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Give me a strength check.
That would be one with advantage with a crowbar.
All right.
So here you go. 13.
Yeah, it's a little awkward in here because there's not a good space, but you get it open. And it's empty. And roll perception.
Perception. 17.
There's no bottom to this crate.
Is there like a place I could maybe put my hand to try to open up the bottom? Or so there's like it's like a bottom as in, hold on. So does it just go down?
It
Is it
just
just by
goes
itself?
down.
Is there like a
I mean,
ladder?
it looks like what it looks like to you is it's on top of a trap door.
Mm-hmm.
The trap door is closed.
Okay. I move the crate out of the way and I open the trap door if I can.
It seems to go down into a dark tunnel.
At that point, I think Blue is in there with me.
Mm-hmm.
I go, there's a tunnel here.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell out, lock the door and come here.
Okay. I go and lock the door
The front door or the back
if
door?
I can.
Yeah, the front door, right?
The front door. The back door's
your guys
already
at the
locked.
front, yeah.
Okay.
I take out my shield and my sword
there a
and I
lock?
hop.
I'm assuming
How
there's a
far
lock.
down is it? How far does it go down?
It goes down, you would think about 20 feet.
Okay, I'm going to pull out my short sword and climb down the steps, or the ladder.
Yeah.
Is there? Can I lock the door, or do I need a key?
Roll intelligence.
6.
No. You don't know. Like, you're just looking at it. Maybe this thing doesn't even have a lock. I don't know.
Can I look at him struggle and like find a bookshelf and sort of push it in front of the door?
Roll strength.
Okay.
I'll help you.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna need it. Both of us together is like half of our lives.
Basically, yeah.
Ooh, it's on a rug.
Yeah, it just slides right in place. You just pick the. All right.
And
Which is
I
good because there is. You hear the sounds of people getting close.
Okay. Yeah, let's get in the back room and see what they got us trapped in now. I don't know about the trap door yet, so.
Mhm.
Okay, the doors. We go in the back. Okay, the door is sort of locked. Where's reference?
In the back room. Come on, follow me.
No. We go into the back room and we see that it's only Blue there because reference is going down the ladder.
Yeah. Yep. So I explain we're going down the ladder.
What ladder?
That one. And we just 20 feet, whatever. I'm just jumping down. I don't need no ladder.
I just see you disappear into the box and realize, oh, that ladder. Well, I go down after him.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can like take the top of the lid, and as I go down to close it after us, so it's not just sitting open.
All right. Roll dexterity.
Nope.
It slipped.
Yeah. You kind of slip on the rungs of the ladder, and yeah, it's still open at the top, and you could go back up and do it, or you could just keep going. That would take a few minutes, and you can hear people now banging on the door.
Yeah, I'm
out
just gonna
front.
climb down and hold on tight. Okay.
All right. You are in a tunnel. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's dirty. It is just a dirt passageway, narrow, not particularly high, but high enough that you can walk through.
I will lead the way. I have a shield and my sword and my grasp, my mitts.
I'll take up the rear and put the pack in the middle.
How fast are you going?
I'm just walking.
You walk a ways. It's hard to tell exactly how far, and it's a bit windy.
Is it being windy? There's no like other turns or anything?
No, it looks like
Paths or anything?
a single solitary tunnel, but just like it goes and it goes, and eventually you find yourself at the apparent end, because there is a ladder up to a similar trapdoor.
I put my shield back and I grab my sword and I climb the ladder.
Okay. The trapdoor is apparently, you go to open it, it's either locked or there's something on top of it.
Try to push it open.
Okay, strength. It wiggles a bit.
Okay, I'll try it again.
Okay.
Sorry, before. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to see him struggling, so I'm going to cast guidance
Okay.
on him.
So add a d4 to what I rolled.
Yeah.
Oh, 4.
Nice.
23 total.
Okay. So yeah, after a straining moment, you push as hard as you can with your gritted teeth, and the door slowly opens. You see. Did you say 23? Oh, total?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yep. I see what. And you see that there was like a rock that had been placed on it, a heavy rock, but you'd gotten through. As you climb out, you are in a field.
It seems our friend is... Well,
Gotten away again.
unless one of you have the ability to track people, I believe the trail has run cold.
This guy.
I look at Blue.
I mean, the kitty can try.
Go on.
Yes. All right. So yeah, climb
As soon
up
we
to
all
the top.
crawl out and get out in the field.
Okay.
Yeah, crawl out and try my best to track him.
There's a lag on my end, so you're gonna have to tell me whatever you roll.
Oh, okay. What do you want me to roll?
Are you trying to? Are you looking for tracks?
Yes.
That would be investigation, survival if you're a ranger. Only if you're a ranger.
Thank you.
Oh no.
A 2.
Yeah.
That's what he rolled.
All you see is grass.
I'm gonna have a look too. If that's all right.
Yeah.
10.
You also see no sign, and roll Arcana for me. Yeah. You just see
That's one of the things I'm supposed to be good at.
and you're like, well, there's been no boat. That is for sure.
No boat, and it's not, and the boat wasn't magic.
I will tell Firhel to come to us. I think we're
or
done in
other
town.
horses, or
Well, I'll tell Phil. You know what? I'll ask Phil if he can lead the other horses in.
That would
Did
be
you
awesome.
tie up? Did you tie up the horses?
God,
I don't know.
probably
Did y'all tie up the horses?
Probably. I don't know how
At
horses
the
work. Probably.
blacksmith's was the last time we probably had the horses because I put
Yeah.
the locks in the saddlebag.
The locks. My locks are back there.
Yeah.
Oh, I am going back for my locks.
Or bring your
Well,
locks.
have
to
fun
you.
explaining yourself to the guard.
Well,
I
no
don't-
one
I don't
actually
think-
saw us.
I don't think we would. I don't think we would tie them. Like I think we just there wasn't a place to tie them. We kind of just left them there when we ran off to get the guy.
So the horses just walk away somewhere.
Well, I'm assuming you ask Dave to like keep them there.
I don't ask Dave to just like corral the deer, or corral animals around for me.
I don't know. He's probably a best bet to talk to the horses.
All right. So they're probably tied, so we probably can't get them back.
He's not even related to horses.
He's an animal.
Nobody actually saw us. I mean, the guards never
Yeah.
actually got our faces. So
Yes,
now
but
that
a-
means that
let me
someone's-
But the
Let me-
shopkeep did see our faces.
But she
Let
took
me
off.
go. I'll cast disguise self on myself and make myself look like a halfling, a dwarf or something, and go in and get them.
Okay.
Well,
that's good.
I'll ask Phil to come to me then, and then Erasmus can go get the rest of the horses,
Yes.
and we'll stay somewhere outside of town.
Yes. So I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself, and I'm gonna make myself look like a dwarf, a fat,
Okay.
squat little dwarf.
Oh, we should probably put the rock
Alright.
back on the thing.
I'll find an even bigger rock.
Okay.
How far, like, can we see town? Like, how far away from town are we?
You are just on the outskirts, really.
Okay.
You're not in the town, but you are. Do you think you'd have to like circle around to the front to get in the same way? Otherwise, you probably won't know where you're going. So you could either circle around the front, or you can roll survival to get the way.
I'm gonna do a survival check, and if that fails, I'm gonna go around.
Okay.
15.
You make your way there. You've been running around this freaking town all day, so you've kind of got the lay of the land now, and you find your way back to the horses.
Are the blacksmith? Sorry, yeah. Are the horses there? I'm assuming they are.
They are, and the
Okay.
locks are on the ground.
I picked them up and put them in the saddlebag.
Okay.
Wait, why are the locks on the
I
ground?
had picked them up when he ran off.
Oh, you
He
had
just
picked
dropped
them
them.
up? Okay.
Yeah, I did pick them up.
Okay.
We stood behind, and I was picking up
I
logs, and he
untie
was
the
gone.
horses and start leading them back.
I was like, but where'd he go?
Roll performance check.
Performance? Okay.
Performing as a dwarf.
8.
Halfling?
I disguised myself as a dwarf to blend in.
Mm.
That's probably the wrong choice.
You get a couple of looks on your way out of town, that is for sure. But no one stops you.
Cool.
Horsey.
I need the horses back.
Okay.
We should probably
Yeah.
Yes,
get
absolutely.
out.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Mount the horses and get going.
All right. So this seems like a good place to end it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Leaving Brewston, Preston. I'm going to assume that you find a place to spend the night, and then as you come back next week, you have the next half of the journey. Actually, you've gone through what? 1, 2, 3,
3 days.
3 days, yeah. So you're a good halfway there. So maybe a little more than halfway, but it depends on how you go.
I'm gonna spend.
I don't know how if you wanted to speed it up. Usually, a lot of other DMs I say is usually make like one random encounter roll for like the whole journey if they're like wanting to get to the next point. We can keep doing the daily thing. I think it's fun anyway. But
Yeah.
If that's what you wanted to do, you could always be like, all right, so for this journey, you're going to be going through like a pretty well traveled area. Here's one roll for that way you don't have to plan as much stuff too.
Well, that's true too. I enjoy the randomness, but it's up to you guys, really. If you prefer
I think it's fun that things happen.
It's fun either way.
Yeah, we're having.
When just a quick thing, when we stop, like when we find a place for the night and stop, I'm gonna do a bit more work on the altar thing.
Okay.
Just like put some runes in, try to improve some of the quality.
All right, go ahead and roll dexterity.
Not the carpenter's tool.
Oh, the carpenter's tool. Yep, you can do that.
16.
Yeah, it's really looking good now.
Good.
All right. And while he's doing that, now you get to find out what the locks are for.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab the thieves' tools and I'm gonna practice lock picking on the locks.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Roll dexterity.
21.
Ooh.
Nice.
Boom! You're really catching on to this. You figure a few more days of practice, you might just really figure this whole thing out.
All right.
I kind of, as Blue is practicing, I'm wondering, like, you can ask me for guidance when you make some of these rolls. Just speak up. I'm always here for you.
Yeah.
Just remind
me. I just realized we can't hammer our way through metal doors, so.
No, it's good. But
we could hammer our way through metal. It would take a long time.
Well, I can always try and soften the metal.
Hold on, I can actually give you the rules for that. It's like a 25 AC, essentially, to even do damage to the door, and then it's like 35 health or something like that.
I need to find a way to learn heat metal.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for playing. So goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye,
party.
They did the bit.